I'd say there's three things that I do in my golf swing that make life so much easier, and they make the swing so much more effortless, and they're things that you should start to do equally inside your golf swing. Now, the first one is the functionality in the trail leg. You want to try and keep that trail leg nice and flexed in that backswing position. The reason why is because as when you come in towards this downswing position, one of the things that you're going to want to happen is you're going to want to allow your body to open up, right? So as I'm demonstrating here with this alignment stick, when we hit the golf ball, we want the hips to be open in terms of they're obviously not pointing relative to your target line, because this means that there's space to then swing your arms into to keep them nice and straight in that hitting zone. If your hips end up too parallel, then there's no space apart from to flip them through. So therefore, the point that I'm making is in the backswing position, if you're sort of actively allowing that trail leg to straighten and potentially over rotating, which is a problem that again I encounter all of the time, then you're making the downswing 20 times more complicated. So first thing, leg flexed. Okay, so that leg stays flexed in that sort of backswing position as you swing up towards the top, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing that I would suggest that I very much do is I have a very subtle sort of recentering motion. Okay, so what this basically means is in the golf swing, to get good quality ball striking, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you shift towards the left side. Okay, if you don't shift towards your left side or towards the lead side, the quality of your ball striking will massively diminish. Now, the way you've got to try and work on that is in that as you start the downswing, you've got to get this sort of feeling of shifting your weight towards your lead side. However, if you work on a backswing position, so similar to what I'm demonstrating, I take the club back, and then as I swing up to the top, can you see the way that my lower body just moves a few inches towards that lead side? And what this means is that at the top of my backswing, I've still got kind of 50-50 weight pressure, if not still slightly favouring that trail side. But as I then initiate the downswing, because I've already moved a little bit back in towards the centre of my stance, I have to do less linear motion to guarantee good success. So those are two things. The first one is really, as you can see, even though I'm sort of trying to move more into the centre of my stance, I try and keep this leg flexed. Okay, this gives me a good block to build on, stops me from doing things like over rotating, and then as I start the downswing, I just shift a little bit towards the lead side, and then that way, as I swing backswing, I shift towards my lead side, because that means as I start the downswing, I only have to do a smaller amount of movement towards my lead side to get good quality. The last one is very much the functionality of the trail hand. So the big benefit that I personally feel like I have in my game is when I hit the golf ball, I always make sure that my hands are leading. The benefit of this is a number of reasons. One, when you get your hands forward, it'll obviously give you the ability to compress the ball so you can maximize the distance. So for example, if I'm hitting a 7-iron, I'm generally producing half of the loft in terms of the dynamic loft because of this type of hand forward compression motion. The other benefit by getting the hands forward is that it also stabilizes the club face. So the big problem that I encounter when I play with students on the golf course is when they hit the golf ball, they end up hitting it with the club heads overtaking the hands, and this makes you vulnerable of the club face pointing to the left. And then what they do is they end up compensating by aiming slightly to the right, or they end up overturning to try and hit it further from the inside, and it just causes more and more problems and complexities. So if you are working in your game, there are three areas that you could focus on, I suppose, that I'm saying that are going to make you instantaneously better. One is stop over rotating in the backswing, and a good way to do that is to keep the leg more flexed. The second one is to introduce a small amount of linear motion in the backswing, because this will make the contact much easier. And then the last one is, as you come into this downswing, focus very much on your attention and getting those hands forward, because it will improve the quality of strike, it'll stabilise the club face, and it will start making playing golf so much easier. See you soon.